Lauren Southern is back for the 450th time with a brand new invention. This time, it is a book in which she makes heinous allegations with no evidence. And she has her little simp army already pre-set up.
Now, once upon a time, I can recall that there was a general inside of Lauren Southern's simp army. His name was Jeremy. Just saying. I can remember that at one time there was I would consider him perhaps a 5-star general in said army. Very skilled battle tactician. He was always fighting in that army from the front, leading his men to battle. For victory upon victory against those who dared to offend milady's delicate sensibilities. Well, we can't have that. Ladies and gentlemen, we can't have that.
And running interference for her. Now, there's a couple of things you need.
Running interference for her. Who else could be considered guilty of such a heinous and brutal crime as running cover for a simpocalypse, for a simp army?
You need to know about Lauren Southern. She was extremely popular during the quote-unquote skeptic era of YouTube. I don't know if many of my viewers even know who that is, when that was, but this is what saw the rise of like Armored Skeptic, which is no longer active, I don't think. Sargon, which is still very active and thriving. There were a lot of skeptic type channels. 99% of them are gone. Basically, Carl, Sargon of Akkad and Shuan Head, who wasn't necessarily a skeptic, but also got like lumped into that, are basically the only people who are still culturally relevant. Lauren Southern was one of those people in that era, and gained a lot of fame.
By the way, what the is wrong with this guy? I've always wanted to ask him. I know. Well, and then when we look, the fame of it's just weird, man. Dude has weird mannerisms. His head's flying around all over the place. He has strange pauses. It's just bizarre. Okay, it's one thing I've always wanted to ask. Like, what the is it? Ticks? I don't know what it is.
Kind of exposing, hypocrisy, pronoun nonsense. If I look at her most popular videos, obviously you have, Science. Her farmlands documentary was very good, I think. She would go to London and reveal what was going on there about with the Muslims, all this kind of stuff. And good work. And she was just a kid at the time, like in her early 20s, right? Well, a lot of time has passed since 7 or 8 years ago when she...
A lot of time has passed. A lot of bodies have passed. A lot of time. A lot of hoeing. Lauren Southern really got down in them trenches with the right wing, boy. Whew. Infamous for it. In fact, you don't meet a major right-wing creator anywhere, and I know I've met most of them, who doesn't have you have a couple of drinks with him, doesn't have a tale or two about how much in the trenches Lauren Southern gets down with the right. Just saying.
She was wildly popular, and she's popped up a few times here or there. Most of you know, again, this right-wing trad woman, she, said, she was a big proponent of the trad life. She wrote had an article written about her. Oh, the trad life didn't work out for me. Well, that's because she was also hooking up with Destiny, who was the...
and everybody else. It's literally everybody else. Uh, just saying.
Is probably the most vile human alive. And
No. That's me. Mark Reed. Somebody get me the clip of Mark Reed saying that I'm the most heinous, horrible person alive. Somebody get me the clip of Mark Reed disputing Jeremy's claim that Destiny is the most horrible human being alive. I obviously have that title. It was bestowed upon me by an emu warrior himself.
yeah, that was kind of the end of her credibility in my book. Like, you have zero
Oh, that was the end of her credibility. No kidding.
standards if you're sleeping with Destiny. He said that Corey
And who knew that was going on before anybody else did? And they tried to ruthlessly flay me for it, even though I didn't back down an inch. It'd be me. It'd be Andrew Wilson, who asked Destiny to his face, "Hey, you Lauren Southern, Destiny?" And you could see you could see it. Somebody send me that clip too. Moon, send me the clip of me asking Destiny if he was in Lauren Southern. You could see the eating grin on Destiny's face. I knew right then and there. It's like, hey man, you in Lauren say he was like, "I'm pounding your mouth," or something like that. But you could see the eating Coomer grin on his face the second I asked him. And then right then and there, his whole audience knew. Everybody knew. Second I asked that guy, they all knew. Everybody, they were like this. It was just, you could just tell with the body language. You could just tell. Second he gave the answer, the cat was out of the bag. That eating grin, you know what I mean? That is when you ask somebody that, when you're like, "Hey man, are you this chick?" And they give you that sheepish, that like, look at the sky, sheepish look. And you're like, yeah, we knew it. We knew it.
Comparatori, the fireman who was at a Trump rally, deserved what happened to him. He said all sorts of heinous things about the kids from the camp in Texas that passed away, that they deserved it. Things like of that nature. I may be, that particular one I'm a little fuzzy on it, with some sort of NordVPN thing.
You're just an idiot. I'm still in my simping phase. I'm 34. Help. Okay, let me give you some good help. You ready? I want you to look right at me, technician. Look through the camera. Look me right in the eyes. You ready? Stop doing that, idiot. Andrew, help. I'm a simp. What do I do? You stop simping? But how? You just don't do it anymore? Yeah, but how do you do that? By not doing it. That's how you do that. I believe I heard Jeremy mention that he wanted to invite you onto his Rumble live stream as a guest soon. Well, happily, I'll go on, of course. Is it the case, though? Will Jeremy see this video and get butthurt that I said that he white knighted for too many women? Who can say? Who can say? Who knows what the future holds?
Destiny is maybe the worst human being on the planet. Intellectually dishonest to the nth degree. And this is who Lauren Southern was in love with.
No, that's actually not the case. Jeremy is incorrect here. Southern, ever the pragmatist, decided in her infinite wisdom that she would have an elongated love affair with Destiny, where she completely wrapped him around her little finger. He looks like he's trying to do an animated Christopher Walken impression. Yes. Talking to my boy all wrong. It's the wrong tone. Do it again. Stab you in the face with a soldering iron. Okay, that's a terrible Walken. But anyway, this is how bad it really was. This is from Lauren Southern to the Coomer Gremlin. I appreciate your messages, truly. None of this is your fault, honestly. It's mine. I really, really enjoy your company. I've never engaged with a mind like yours at the level we do and the depths we do about life and politics. Actually, the most enjoyable thing I find is just talking to you about the nature of our own minds and interactions. It's all such an open book. Truly seeing how humans are fallible and also beautiful and unique we both are. I think what makes it extra special is the absurdly rare context it's all in, beyond just the fact that we are political rivals. People who are perfectly in agreement in political life rarely show one another how human they really are. It's all so much posturing and fear of judgment. Fear of judgment! I don't get that with you at all. And that's been a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I hope that you know, while I have critiques of the way you live your life at times, it doesn't come from a place of judgment. In fact, it comes from a place of me wanting you to do better, and be happier, and live in a more meaningful way. You've made far so much more than what you're doing now. Hang on, sorry. We have different moral codes for how we engage with the world. You've done nothing to violate yours, and I've done everything to violate mine. I know through and through that polyamorous relationships result in pain for one party, and I know that you're married and your wife was uncomfortable with our interactions. I knew that so damn well. I tried to stop all this at the start, but I let myself be incredibly selfish and hold on to this. But in some way, I didn't have some complicity in this. Any feelings you grow towards one person take away from the feelings you have towards another. The time and the effort you put into fixing your relationship with another human, it just goes on and on and on from there. Most pathetic shit I ever seen in my life. The most pathetic shit I've ever seen in my life. That's Lauren Southern's love notes to Destiny while he's banging her while Destiny is married to what's-her-face, who left him for a twink on a sink. Perfect.
She was married to a federal agent, which she never told anybody, and she is a serial liar. She is also in several private DM groups I happen to know of with prominent female right-wing people, and they often coordinate responses, tweets, and narratives. People.
Wait a second. What? What's this? Who discussed this at length many times before? I know his name. It's me.
She is also in several private DM groups I happen to know of with prominent.
Gee, how does he happen to know about them? How does Jeremy happen to know about all of these private DM groups where they coordinate all these efforts? Could it be because Jeremy himself was part of them? I think it is.
Female right-wing people, and they often coordinate responses, tweets, and narratives. People like Actual Justice Warrior, Lauren Southern.
Ooh, people like Actual Justice Warrior. He's in these DM groups, is he?
Sydney Watson.
Ooh, Sydney Watson.
Hillary
Crowder. No, say it ain't so. Sydney Watson and Hillary Crowder and Lauren Southern and Actual Justice Warrior. And wait, there's more? Is there more? Well, yeah, there's more. There's Tree of Logic. There was Brittany Venti. There was, what was that redheaded comedian, Chrissy Mayer? Oh, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. What the were these guys doing in those groups? Why were you guys in those groups? Why were you there?